In our line of work, we spend a lot of time listening to the issues faced by youths. We provide a space for them to be heard, for them to excel to their full potential, because we believe that youths can change the world.
Sounds like an ad for a social worker or counselor, right? That's not it. Care to guess my job? I'm Pooja, I'm 26 this year, and I'm a Youth Corps Program Coordinator. I curate a range of programs for diverse groups of youth. We do this through partnerships with youth groups, organizations, agencies, and community partners that work with youth as well. Here at Youth Corps, we bring youth together to learn, volunteer, lead, and connect. And we do this through 4 key areas. Social awareness. So we bring youth here and allow them to learn more about various social issues within Singapore and abroad. Social action. We also organize volunteering opportunities. So we either do this with partners who are experts in various fields like mental health, sustainability, or we also work with youth so that we can co-curate opportunities together with them. Social leadership. The third thing we do is also organize leadership programs for our youth. So we equip them with necessary tools, knowledge, and skills so they can go out there to their communities and become their own multipliers and also involve other youth in these projects as well. Social community! That scared me. Social community! So because we have so many different youth groups that work with us, we try and bring them all together so that they can connect, network, and learn from one another at the Red Box as well. So as we all know, our youth have a completely different sleep cycle. Typically, we start their planning anytime from midnight all the way to the wee hours of the morning. So what I really do is open my chats, look at all the messages and update myself on their program planning. If they need any help, I might step in. If not, we will just keep updated with one another. Another aspect of work is partnership management. So we try and meet with them to find out what their needs are, if there any way we can collaborate with them and start working on programs together. At Youth Corps, we're very big on interns. So we get our interns together, we huddle in, we brainstorm, and we figure out, okay, how do we want to go about planning this program with our partners? And then we kickstart that. With any program, we also need volunteers and participants, so there's a large part of participant management that's involved. There's a mentorship element that we have. So I oversee 2 youth clusters. So these are our active volunteers, our empathy and engagement task force. So what I really do is check in with them if they have any community projects they're keen to take up. We consult together and we execute the program together. Another big aspect of my job is the programs and partnerships within Red Box. So we want to make this place as vibrant as possible, like a social action hub really. After junior college, I went to a local university and I did a bachelor's degree in psychology. I did a couple of internships relating to psychology and I realized it wasn't exactly my cup of tea. So then I had to figure out, okay, what do I really want to do and what's the next step? I also did some internships within the social impact space and I realized it was really meaningful and that's where I really wanted to move forward in my career. So then I thought, okay, why not Youth Corps Singapore, where we work very closely with youth, the community. So that's how I ended up here. So I guess the biggest misconception people think is, yeah, it's such an easy job, right? How hard can it be to engage youth? But really, youth are always looking for what's the next thing that's going to engage them and excite them. I'm a little lad who loves berries and cream. So this really keeps us on our toes so that our programs are meaningful and they value add to our youth. People think that, it's a very administrative job where I'm essentially just assigning service hours to youth, but actually it's a lot more dynamic than that. We engage and interact with our youth very purposefully to see what sort of programs really benefit them. I have a lot of relatives who also say, so are you a social worker? What are the struggles that youth face? Do you go down to their families and talk to them? But that's really not the case. As a national agency, we really look at the larger youth demographic, so our programs are a lot more focused on youth in general as opposed to specific youth groups in Singapore. Program planning and curation is an important skill to have, and really working with different stakeholders to get that project going. And also public speaking, definitely. A lot of the work involves speaking to large crowds, be it youth, going to schools, working with agencies. And another important thing is, I guess, being adaptable. So when the pandemic struck, all of our physical events had to stop, and that was a huge blow to us. So we really had to rethink how we're going to leverage on technology So we tried something like a talk show format where my colleagues and I pretended to be the hosts and the tech crew, and our youth were pretending to be the studio audience. As a program coordinator, we work with so many different youth on so many different causes and even many different partners. I guess what keeps me motivated is just seeing the outcomes from the youth perspective, seeing them grow, really lean into their potential, being able to make connections with their communities and see them grow through that process.